Imagine this, you're digging through your change jar, sorting through some old quarters, and suddenly you spot a coin that looks a little different. It's dated 1776 to 1976, a special bicentennial quarter created to celebrate America's 200th birthday. At first, you think it's just another ordinary quarter worth 25 cents. But what if I told you that certain rare 1976-era bicentennial quarters have sold for hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars at auction? That's right, a simple coin sitting in your pocket could actually be a life-changing discovery. Stay tuned because in this video we're going deep into the history, errors, and jaw-dropping values of the 1976 bicentennial quarter dollar. By the end, you'll know exactly what to look for, and who knows, maybe you're holding onto a small fortune without even realizing it. 1976 bicentennial quarter struck on a silver planchet, sold for nearly $10,000 at auction. Double die error bicentennial quarter in high grade, fetch it over $20,000. Wrong planchet error quarter struck on a 40% silver dollar blank, estimated at $100,000 plus. Rumors and unconfirmed private sales suggest that some ultra-rare varieties could be worth millions of dollars if the right collector is willing to pay. So yes, that 5p coin in your drawer could be worth life-changing money if it happens to be one of these errors. The history of the 1976 bicentennial quarter. The United States bicentennial in 1976 was one of the most celebrated events in American history. It marked the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. To honor this monumental occasion, the U.S. Mint released special designs on quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins. For the quarter, the Mint replaced the traditional eagle reverse design with a Colonial Drummer Boy designed by Jack LaHR. The obverse still showed George Washington, but instead of the single date, it carried the dual date 1776 to 1976. These coins were minted in huge numbers, hundreds of millions, at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Because of that, regular 1976 quarters are very common. But here's the catch. Error coins, special silver editions, and rare varieties can be worth a fortune. Why bicentennial quarters are so collectible? There are three big reasons collectors go crazy for bicentennial quarters. Historic significance. They were made for America's 200th birthday. Special design. The Drummer Boy reverse is unique to 1976. Error coins and rare varieties. This is where the big money lies. While most circulated bicentennial quarters are only worth their face value, certain error varieties have stunned the coin-collecting world by reaching 6- and even 7-figure auction prices. Types of rare 1976 bicentennial quarter errors. Here's where it gets exciting. The Mint struck so many bicentennial quarters that a number of striking mistakes slipped through. Let's break down the most valuable 1976 error quarters you should be on the lookout for. 1. Off-center strike error. A portion of the design is missing because the coin was not properly centered when struck. Value depends on how off-center it is. -5% might be worth £50, but 50% off-center could fetch $500 to $1,000 or more. 2. Double die obverse DDO and reverse DDR. These errors show doubling in the letters, numbers, or design details. Strong doubling on the date 1776 to 1976 or the lettering "In God We Trust" can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. 3. Clipped planchet error. A portion of the coin is missing due to an error in the blank cutting process. Collectors love these, with prices ranging from $100 up to $1,500 depending on severity. 4. Silver planchet error. Some bicentennial quarters were struck on 40% silver plankets intended for special collector sets. A silver bicentennial quarter found in circulation can be worth $50, $300, but if it has an additional error, it can skyrocket into the thousands. 5. Wrong planchet error. This is one of the rarest and most valuable. Some bicentennial designs were accidentally struck on plankets meant for dimes, half dollars, or even foreign coins. Auction records show examples selling for $10,000 to over $100,000. 6. High-grade proof errors. The San Francisco Mint produced proof versions for collectors. If a proof coin has an error, such as a double strike or off-metal strike, it can be worth $5,000 to $50,000. Record-breaking auction sales of bicentennial quarters. Here are some jaw-dropping real-life examples. 1976 bicentennial quarter struck on a silver planchet, sold for nearly $10,000 at auction. Double die error bicentennial quarter in high grade. Fetch it over $20,000. Wrong planchet error quarter struck on a 40% silver dollar blank, estimated at $100,000 plus. Rumors and unconfirmed private sales suggest that some ultra-rare varieties could be worth millions of dollars if the right collector is willing to pay. So yes, that to 5p coin in your drawer could be worth life-changing money if it happens to be one of these errors. How to identify a valuable 1976 error Bicentennial Quarter? Check the date carefully, look closely at the 1776 to 1976 for any doubling or unusual spacing. Examine the Drummer Boy design. Errors often show up in the lettering around the rim. Look at the edge. Is it silver? Is part of it clipped? That could be a major find. Use a magnifying glass. Some errors are subtle, and spotting them requires close inspection. Get it graded. Professional grading by PCGS or NGC can confirm if your coin is a rare variety, and grading dramatically increases value. The excitement of the hunt. One of the reasons coin collectors love Bicentennial Quarters is the thrill of the hunt. Because these coins were made in such large numbers, they're still very common in circulation even today. That means you still have a chance of finding a rare error coin in your pocket change. Imagine buying a coffee with a handful of coins and realizing one of those quarters could pay off your mortgage. That's the magic of coin collecting. Investment potential of rare 1976 error quarters. For investors, Bicentennial Quarters represent a unique opportunity. The historic design and massive collector base means demand is always high. Add in the fact that new error discoveries are still being made, and you have a coin with endless upside potential. High-grade, certified error quarters have been appreciating steadily for years. What was once a $500 coin might sell for $5,000 today, and tomorrow, who knows? Conclusion, could you have a fortune in your pocket? The 1976 Bicentennial Quarter is not just a nostalgic piece of history, it's a gold mine of hidden treasures. While most are worth only 25 cents, the rare errors and varieties can bring in hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars at auction. So the next time you come across a 1976 quarter, don't just toss it aside. Look closely, inspect for errors, and maybe even have it graded. You might just be holding one of the most valuable coins of the 20th century. Tips for selling rare 1976 Bicentennial error quarters. Get it authenticated and graded. Before selling, send your coin to a trusted grading service like PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. A graded coin gets an official label that proves its authenticity, error type, and condition. This boosts trust and value. Research your coin's error type. Common valuable errors include double die obverse, reverse letters or designs doubled, off-center strikes, design shifted, clipped planchet, part of coin missing, wrong planchet, errors struck on dime, nickel, or silver planchet. Rare varieties bring thousands or even millions depending on grade. Know the market value. Study auction sites like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers to see what similar coins sold for. Don't jump at the first offer. Sometimes a bidding war can skyrocket prices. Choose the best-selling platform, eBay. Good for visibility, but lots of competition. Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, best for serious collectors, higher selling prices. Great Collections, trusted auction site just for coins. Coin shows and local dealers, great for networking and instant cash, but negotiate carefully. Take professional photos. Clear, high-quality images of both sides and the error detail will attract serious buyers. Poor photos equals low bids. What collectors look for in a 1976 error Bicentennial Quarter. Rarity of the error. Common strike-through or small doubling errors may fetch £50, £500. Rare major errors like off-metal strikes, quarter struck on a silver planchet, can fetch £10,000, £50,000 plus. Extreme rarities like doubled die obverse and mint state condition could be hundreds of thousands to even millions. Condition grade. MS65 or higher mint state condition brings premium prices. A heavily circulated coin with the same error may only be worth 10% of a high-grade example. Provenance and certification. Coins with PCGS, NGC labels or that sold previously at major auctions are more desirable. Historical appeal. Since 1976 marked America's 200th birthday, collectors are especially drawn to errors from this year. eBay, the largest platform for coin sales. Rare Bicentennial error quarters often sell for hundreds to thousands of pounds, dollars here. Tip: use clear photos both sides, close-up of error. Use keywords like 1976 Bicentennial Quarter error rare collectible coin. Etsy. Surprisingly, Etsy has a strong niche for collectors, great for unique and rare error coins. Heritage Auctions, one of the most reputable coin auction houses in the world. Big collectors look here for six-figure coins. Great Collections, an online auction house dedicated to coins. Perfect if your coin is graded PCGS. NGC, local options. Coin shops, a local coin dealer can give you a fast cash offer. Downside, they usually offer less than market value because they resell. Coin shows, Expos, great way to meet serious collectors face to face. Pawn shops, quick money but usually the lowest payout. Best strategy for maximum value. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC top grading companies. A graded error coin with certification always sells higher. Start with eBay for exposure, then move to heritage or great collections if your coin is extremely rare. Never clean your coin, collectors prefer natural patina.